All right, hey everyone, welcome to Excel for Analysts, Mastering Advanced Formulas and Functions. My name is Chris and I'll be guiding you through this course. Just want to give a quick intro about the course structure, the teaching style, and the references and resource docs that are going to be available to you throughout the course. So let's jump right in. Talking about course structure, most of the instruction will take place through screencasts. So I'll be walking you through different formulas, really cool demos and project examples, but rather than just showing you my screen, I'm going to provide the same files available to you for download so that you can follow step by step and learn by getting your hands dirty and actually working with the real data. At the same time, I'm going to go through some PowerPoint slides to really cover the key concepts and formulas. I will also provide those for download throughout the course. So at the beginning of each section, you'll see a PDF file that you can download, as well as any Excel files that I'll be using for demonstrations. So really useful for you guys if you want to download them, print them, make yourself a little booklet. It can be really helpful, especially as we start getting into the more complicated stuff. The formula syntax can get a little wild, so it can be really helpful to just have something in your hand that you can refer to as we go forward. Topics covered. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. This is a very thorough, very comprehensive course. We're going to kick things off with a Formulas 101 section where we'll talk about basic formula syntax, formula library and auditing tools, different reference types, common error messages, how to deal with them, and then a bunch of different shortcuts with the F keys, the Control, Alt keys, etc. Then we'll dive into the formulas. So we'll start with logical operators. These are all based on common if, and or statements. We'll go into statistical functions, cover all the basic ones, max, min, small, large, and then talk about some really cool ones like rank, rand, and using SUMIFs and COUNTIFs to build really cool dynamic dashboards. We'll go into lookup and reference functions, which is one of my favorite sections. Talk VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and then go through some pretty awesome demos with index match and offset. Some stuff you've probably never seen before. After that, we'll go into text formulas. So these are basically any formulas that you would use to manipulate text in Excel: upper, lower, proper, left, mid, right, search, trim, etc. Date and time functions, definitely another one of my favorites. We'll go through basically how Excel thinks about dates using the date value. We'll talk today, now, date diff, year frac, end of month, all that good stuff. We'll do a quick section on formula-based formatting, where we'll really spend some time walking through different demos for how to create, edit, and manage formula-based formatting rules, where you can do some really cool stuff. We'll talk about array functions or formulas, which are kind of a different beast in Excel if you've never used them. They operate a little bit differently, so I want to spend some time talking about those. We'll do vertical, horizontal arrays, two-dimensional arrays, and then walk through a bunch of samples like transpose. Last but not least, go into bonus badass tips. These are just really cool functions that don't necessarily fit into one of those buckets. We've got hyperlink, where you can bounce around between tabs, indirect, which is a really interesting function that we'll get to later, and then web service and filter XML, which are pretty amazing tools that let you tap into real-time data sources like APIs or data available through a website and feed it directly into Excel. So things like real-time weather conditions, stock quotes, stuff like that. So obviously a lot to cover here. Hope you're excited to learn. I know I'm excited to dive in. So let's do this. Hey guys, one last thing before we jump in. I've gotten some really great, really helpful feedback about this course over the past few months, but one theme that's popped up over and over is that you guys want more hands-on practice exercises. So I hear you loud and clear. What I've done is add 2 new files for download right here in the course resources called Excel Homework Exercises and Excel Homework Exercises Answers. Now looking at this workbook, you'll see a bunch of different tabs that correspond with the chapters in the course. So we've got Formulas 101, logical operators, stats functions, lookup functions, index match, and on each of these tabs you'll see a box where I've included instructions. And this is where you're going to get a chance to test your skills and test your comprehension of the concepts that I cover in the course using demos and data sets that are different from the ones that I use in my lectures. So continuing on, we've got some offset and count A examples, text functions, date and time, formula formatting, and then finish off with some array functions, including a really tricky bonus array function tab. For those looking to dive a little bit deeper, here's a great challenge for you. Now, obviously, the answers version is the same workbook, same tabs, same structure. It just has the answers built in so that you can check your work. So at the end of each chapter, you'll see a homework lecture where I'll walk through each particular tab and give you a chance to practice on your own. So again, thank you guys for the feedback. Please continue to leave feedback for better or for worse. If you need anything, post to the discussion board, message me directly. I'd be happy to help you guys out. So without further ado, let's dive in.